Welcome, welcome, welcome to episode 65 of the show with no name. I'm your humble host, Nick, and today we're going to continue exploring this awesome old cemetery out here next to the ocean in San Juan, Puerto Rico. We're back to the Puerto Rican Memorial Cemetery. This will be part 6 of my documentation of this awesome cemetery. Let's take a look. I was walking down the Carolinas beach on New Year's morning and decided to visit this amazing cemetery one final time. There was so much more important work here that I still had to get done. This is my favorite above ground tomb of the entire cemetery right here, and it might be my favorite above ground tomb that I've seen so far since I've been here in Puerto Rico. This one isn't too bad either. It's what I really liked about walking down this stretch of the cemetery over here was all of these awesome above ground tombs. They really are incredible. And of course, the beautiful craftsmanship on these statues is always something to marvel at, and the palm trees in the background. This is just such a special cemetery to me. There's so much good stuff here, and so many good people that were laid to rest here that accomplished a lot in their lives. I wanted to showcase this headstone specifically for a moment just because of how nice and immaculate it is. What a beautiful statue that is right there. Dr. R.C. Vasquez was born on March 10th, 1904 in Caguas, Puerto Rico, where she received her primary and secondary education. After high school, she enrolled in the University of Puerto Rico, and as a student there, she sympathized greatly with the Puerto Rican Nationalist Party and became involved with the movement on the island. She would express her political views often in the university newspaper, in which she was also the editor. After she earned her bachelor's degree in mathematics and Spanish, she would move to Spain, where she would enroll in the Central University of Madrid. By the year 1930, she would earn her doctorate. When she moved back to Puerto Rico, she founded the Department of Hispanic Studies and was its director from 1943 to 1965. In the year 1935, she would also found the Puerto Rican Academy of Spanish Language. In her free time throughout all this, she would continue to publish essays about Puerto Rican independence in newspapers all around the island. She would retire in the year 1970. Towards the end of her life, she would suffer greatly from Alzheimer's disease, and she would ultimately pass away November 14th, 1990 in Puerto Rico. Felix Lope Cordova Davila was born in Puerto Rico on November 20th, 1878. Both of his parents died when he was very young, so he was placed in the care of his cousin. He would begin his studies on his own, based in the extensive library that his cousins owned. During his adolescence, he would spend his time attending public school and working shifts at a drugstore nearby. After the United States acquired Puerto Rico in 1898, Cordova, knowing very little English, decided to take a huge risk and invest the earnings of a book of poetry he produced to attend law school in Washington, D.C. He would enroll at Howard University Law School. From there, he would transfer to the George Washington University Law School, where he would obtain his master's degree. In 1906, he would meet his wife, Mercedes, with whom he would have several children with. For the next 10 to 20 years, Cordova would take on a succession of local offices in Puerto Rico, from judge to district attorney to judge of the district court. On January 12, 1912, Cordova was one of 9 attorneys and judges that founded Puerto Rico's first law school under U.S. rule. That school would eventually become known as the University of Puerto Rico School of Law. On July 16, 1970, Cordova was elected as the Union Party candidate to serve as resident commissioner from Puerto Rico to the United States. He would be re-elected for this role 3 times. In the year 1918, his wife and children were infected with the influenza that American soldiers brought back from the battlefields in Europe. While his children recovered, his wife would sadly pass away in October of the same year. He would later remarry, but that relationship would become estranged over time. On April 11, 1932, President Herbert Hoover would appoint Cordova to Associate Justice of the Supreme Court of Puerto Rico. He held that office until March 31, 1938, when he retired from the court to rest and prepare for his death from prostate cancer. He would pass away on December 3, 1938, in San Juan, Puerto Rico, at the age of 60. I hope you enjoy the rest of the videos of this awesome cemetery that goes by the name of the Puerto Rican Memorial Cemetery. It's located out here right by the ocean in the beautiful San Juan, Puerto Rico. There's only one more part left to this cemetery before I have it completely covered. Thank you.